phone. Never really got a chance to really talk about like birthday philosophies, this, that, and the other. As I get older, my philosophies and the way I think about certain things change more one way than the other, or vice versa. If I could pass anything on or whatever, I would have to say that things are kind of focus on the things that are important in life. I would never do anything to please other people. I never make life decisions contingent upon what somebody else thinks or feels. You know, don't do it, because whatever the result out of that, the result of that, what even if it may be in the best motive, is not going to work out to your benefit. And the only person who's going to be in trouble or in hot water will be you. I would have to say less is more. There's no need to make things more complicated than what they need to be. Life is a game, you know, and it's short. So there's no arbitrary number, you know, that you're supposed to have, you know, just live well, you know. And whatever it is that you choose to do, be the best at it. Strive to be the best. Continue to grow. Don't be stagnant. I would have to say put no trust or any faith in people that don't deserve it. You know, just don't. Just like what I just said, because at the end of the day, when things fail, the only person you have to blame is yourself when it doesn't work out. Invest in the future. You know, not all money's good money. You know, or fast money's not always the best money. You know, take care of your family. Create memories. Spend time with your friends. Spend time with your family. Because when they're gone forever. So make the best of it. If you could do something good to bless somebody else's life, just do it. You know, I'm a firm believer of what you put into the world or what you put into the universe, you get right back. And if somebody's wronged you, believe me, God don't sleep. You don't. I promise you, you don't. Just let it move. Keep it moving. You know. I would have to kind of say that there's no blueprint in life. There's no blueprint in things that you go through. You kind of have to have ripples, you know, because in order to combat ripples, you know, you have to kind of be able to learn, become attuned to certain things, you know, action and reaction, yin and yang, you know. What good is everything when it's calm? You're not going to learn to appreciate anything. So, life is 90% on how you react towards things that happen to you. 10% action, 90% reaction. The reaction that you do can dictate your livelihood. So think it out thoroughly. You know, sometimes it's good just to take a step back and just let certain things make it, just because if you see there's nothing positive that could possibly come out of the situation, walk away. What good is going to come about it? You know? There is no arbitrary number you're supposed to have in the bank. Okay? We have been systematically brain fucked into believing that we're supposed to be millionaires and this, that, and the other, and it comes easy. Don't shit come easy. Alright? Expect nothing. You have to work for everything. And even after you have everything, you have to work even harder just to maintain it. You know? And if you can create something, you can create great memories and have the ability to do what you want when you want, then you're living. You know? That's all that matters. That you don't necessarily have to have a gazillion billion dollars in the bank or whatever, or something behind your name. Okay, bills don't stop, taxes don't stop, life doesn't stop. Okay, all you can do is live it, because when you are finally in the financial position to actually do something, you may not be in the philosophical position to enjoy it. You may not be in the physical condition to enjoy it. You may not be in the psychological condition to enjoy it. You know, or you may not be in the economic position to enjoy it. So it's a game. It's a rat race. It's systematically set up for you to work like a dog until you're dead and you die with nothing. Okay? Sorry, there's bugs out here. So when you kind of have an understanding on that, you will look at life completely different, you know? And, you know, when it comes to like, that's one end of the coin. The other end of the coin I would just touch on, I'm not going to go too crazy about this, is relationships, okay? You get what you give. Nothing more, nothing less. If you have somebody that truly shows a common interest in your life, again, mentally, physically, economically, socially, financially, philosophically, if somebody is equally yoked to you, keep them. But the moment that any of those things are removed, one of those five, there is a problem. There is an imbalance, okay? And if you try to sit there and communicate with this person and they get combative with you regarding the lack of whatever that they're not providing you, then walk away. Learn your worth. Learn your worth. I cannot continue to tell people this. Learn your fucking worth, okay? Just because you are single or you don't have somebody does not mean that you're miserable. It just means I will not lower the bar for some shit that I don't fucking deserve. You know? And especially now, the bar is very low. You know, before, you know, like during baby boomers, you know, and maybe their offspring, which is my generation, you know, you had people that actually worked, that actually wanted something out of life, that actually had drive to become something. Now you have people that don't have the drive to become shit. They're a bunch of fucking losers. They don't do shit. They don't add anything to your life. They don't do anything to your life. They do nothing. You're inheriting a liability instead of an asset. So the most important thing is to be able to identify the difference between the two. Do you have a liability or do you have an asset? Okay. An asset will provide you those physical, chemical, whatever needs that it is that you think that gives you balance in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be an arbitrary figure. However, if somebody, you know, has a good heart and they take care of things and they go out of their way to kind of make sure that your life is improved, per se, then, and they're willing to improve themselves along with pointing things out about you that you can improve on yourself, because we're not omnipotent, we're not perfect, this, that, and the other. But if somebody can point out your flaws in a very diplomatic way, then you got to keep them. But typically, the world that we live in, that ain't the case. You know, that is not the case. So that's another thing. The last thing I'm going to touch on: your health is your wealth. Take care of yourself. Stop worrying about the superficial. Anybody with makeup can make themselves look like a 10. But when you take it off, do you look like a 10 or do you look like a 3? You know? You got to eat right. You got to work out. You got to take care of yourself. Because what good is living if you're not taking care of your core? Protect your core. You know, you got to protect all that. Otherwise, what's the point in working? What's the point of working so hard and doing all the things that you want on the exterior if you can't, you know, operate correctly on the interior? That goes for physical and mental. That is very, very, very important. I could not emphatically elaborate that, you know. And but other than that, I'm 40. This is how I think. This is my philosophy. I can live with it, you know. As I get older, I'll probably become more wiser. I'll probably kind of lean more in a certain direction and lean less in a certain direction. I think I'm becoming more rigid when it comes to certain things because I know my worth. I know my value, you know, and I won't settle for shit less, you know. Y'all be cool.